So welcome to Passive Income with Content, where I give you actionable tips to grow your business, get more exposure, get more fans, because that's what's going to lead you to make more money online. If you are watching the replay, go ahead and comment along, like, subscribe. My question for you is, do you want to make easy sales online? And my next question is, do you want to make quick sales online, like today, not a week from now, not in a year, but today? So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of history here. When I first got started in 2010, internet marketing was well into people buying online at that point. I think it started like in the 90s where people started to put products online and digital products to sell. And before Kindle was Kindle and before Amazon was selling books and content, mostly people were selling ebooks online. And back in the day, the main way that people would sell these ebooks were through long form sales letters. Now, I know that it's kind of hard to see what's on the screen right now, but you're not meant to read it. But it kind of looked like this, where this is an example of like neck pain cure, right? And they went through this whole story and all these examples and all this back history of all these stories throughout the sales letter. And the sales letter could have been literally like 20 pages long if it was transferred into a Word document or something like that. So this is what worked, and this is how people, the majority of people sold their products online. And a lot of work went behind these sales letters, and mostly a lot of psychology. So if I was to write one of these sales letters, I would have to do a lot of research, a lot of studying about how to sell online and the psychology and what you do, because that's what went into these long form sales letters. And they still do. People still sell like this, right? Now, the disadvantages of these long form sales letters is they take a lot of time and a lot of money to create. And some really serious people that had deep funnels and were selling ebooks and products, some spent like thousands and thousands of dollars on getting professional copywriters to write these sales letters. Like I'm talking like $20K plus. They also took a lot of testing, trial and error. So what worked with one sales letter in one industry, even today, doesn't always work across all niches. So you have to do a lot of testing. Sure, you could model after that, but it doesn't mean that it would necessarily work. They're just a pain because they take a lot of work and they take a lot of time. They usually can't be done in one day, in one sitting. If you're really serious and you're putting like a lot of work into a product, you're probably not going to be able to put up a sales letter or long form sales letter in one day and make sales that same day. It's probably just not going to happen. Something will suffer. Either the sales will suffer or the sales letter just won't be as long. The good news is that these long sales letters, at times, because people are still like marketing with these long sales letters, but the long sales letters, they're not needed as much anymore. And that's really, really good news because of all the disadvantages that I just talked about. You might be saying, why and how is this possible? So how are we selling, right? How do we get around this, and how do we do less work, and how do we get people to be able to give us money a little bit easier without having to be like an expert in buyer psychology and all this stuff? It's because you can now sell with all these different places and places where you can put all types of content. So meaning that you can sell with a blog post. These examples here are more written. You can sell with a blog post. You can sell with a social media post. You could sell with a Pinterest post. You can sell with a Quora post. So there's different ways now that we can actually communicate with our buyers and not necessarily have it be in this long form, well thought out way of making sales, right? So you've seen, I'm sure, blog posts, of course, where people go into into like detail about a topic, and then, they're selling something, leading people to the next step, the next thing that they should buy or whatever it is. I'm sure you've seen like social media posts now. Actually, the social media posts that are very, very popular and the ones that Facebook likes the most are the ones that are pretty like content heavy. So even on Instagram and Facebook, you see that people are kind of writing out stories. They're giving you background information. They're giving examples. They're giving bullet points. It's not just like, here's a little blurb and now go buy my thing, and which leads to a long form sales letter. These are the different ways that people can sell without having to be so, all right, let me pay somebody $20,000 to write this sales letter for me. Another way that you can sell these days too is with video content, like YouTube, Vimeo, on a blog post, of course, on a webinar, on live video, right? So like I'm doing right now, I'm live and I'm also on a webinar. Any type of presentation, even if you're giving a presentation from the stage, or even, like a virtual stage or a real life stage. The great part about this is that all this content that you're giving already is kind of making the sale, and it is your form of a long form sales letter. It's just not a long form sales letter, right? It's a little bit easier to kind of wrap your head around, to just kind of get the content out like you're used to, and any, regular person like you and me can now make easier sales with this form of content as opposed to the long form content. It's a lot easier to do. One of the things that I've noticed online today, which is a really great benefit for people like us, for people who want to make money today and not have to go through all this trial and error, are sophisticated and professional shopping carts that really get the job done. Here's an example of a checkout page. This is the one that I just kind of been using for this new product that I put out that you might have seen. It's called Tiny Content, Giant Profit. A lot of the times too, what I first want to say is, look at these two side by side, right? What looks easier to have put together, this one checkout page or this long form sales letter? Obviously, the long form sales letter takes a lot more work. If you're writing a piece of content and you're talking about a product, whatever it is that you want to sell, and then you lead somebody to a sales letter, what happened? It kind of slows down the buying process, right? Because now the person is getting into all the detail, as opposed to just be like, yeah, I read the content, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go to the next step. Whereas with the long form sales letter, there's a lot of distractions to get the person or to get the sale to actually slow down. One of the shopping carts that I'm really, really digging, and I've done a lot of research behind this, and I'll have a lot of years behind me selling products, and I really am recommending now what's called ThriveCart. And here's why. Number one, it's a one-time fee. There's no ongoing yearly fees for ThriveCart. It's very easy to use. It has really nice checkout pages. So checkout pages that have they're industry standard for people to be like, this is what I get. Here's some testimonials. Let me just go ahead and quickly, securely check out and purchase. I also like it because it has multi-payment options on one checkout page. So for example, here, for my product, I have a one-time payment or a split pay, and they don't have to go to different places to pick what they want. They can just pick it right there on that page. So I want to make it as easy for the consumer to make their buying decision right from this one simple, clean checkout page. You can also do payment bumps, which I really like, which means like you can do add-ons. So it's a simple little checkbox if people want to get like a special deal that you might be offering right on that checkout page. There's also a nice affiliate program that's already built in. It's all professional and it's highly vetted. So which means that I see a lot of like high level marketers using this tool. So, which made me comfortable using it and purchasing it, and now recommending it to the folks who want to make sales, make money come into your business just a little bit easier, right? So quicker and easier. That's what we're all about here, right? If we want to do the long form sales letter, that is totally fine. And it makes sense when you want to put the work in behind something that you're really selling on an ongoing basis. But let's say there's something quick that you want to put together. You don't always need to have what could take you months and months to perfect to bring money in the door, right? So the link to purchase through my link is debdrum.com/ThriveCart. And I also have a cool bonus that I'm throwing in for folks who purchase through me. We're going to include this deal, and it's a 30-minute private session with me. So you get 3 different times to talk to me. You can ask me anything. You can talk about your how we can better sell your products. And I'm really getting into and digging that I'm pretty darn good at finding hidden money in your business. If you're thinking about different ways you want to make money online, or different ways that you want to make money in your business, I help you kind of sift through what you already have and find things that you can make more money with, or other avenues of income for you. All right, these are designed to be quick. So thank you so much for hanging out with me this afternoon. Thank you, everyone. Have an awesome weekend. Bye-bye.